Hello and welcome to the Fairy Elephant Effect podcast. I'm Elizabeth Walter, author of the Fairy Elephant Effect book, and here we talk about subjects that truly matter because you matter. Everything starts and ends with you. This is a space where I share my own journey recovering from complex post-traumatic stress disorder, living with severe anxiety, panic attacks, phobias, and the heavy weight of poor self-beliefs and life stories that kept me very stuck. But this isn't just about my story. Here we shine a light on transformation, on what happens when we change our narrative, reclaim our worth, and move into new and powerful chapters of our life. You hear conversations, reflections, and inspiring interviews with people who have rewritten their stories and stepped into lives they never thought possible. So if you are ready to release what no longer serves you, embrace what does, and discover the truth of who you are, this is your place. Welcome to the Fairy Elephant Effect podcast. Hello and welcome back to episode 46 of the Fairy Elephant Effect podcast. I'm Elizabeth Walton, your host, and today we are going to be talking about aligning your identity with your true end goals. Here's a question to start the podcast off with. Who are you becoming? It's a question that cuts through the noise, one we don't often ask ourselves. So much of life pulls us into roles. We have become the responsible one, the helper, the provider, the peacemaker, the achiever, the dishwasher-upper. These roles once kept us safe, gave us belonging, and helped us feel valued. But after a while they begin to shape our identity and we forget who we were before the performance began, before we started wearing those hats. We will say things like, I don't know who I am anymore. What we really mean is, I've been everything for everyone else and I've lost sight of the person inside the doing. So we often can get caught into the identity trap. Identity can be built from trauma just as easily as it can be built from truth. When you have spent years surviving, pleasing or proving, you unconsciously start defining yourself by those habits. And there is a great saying, I can't remember who it's by, but we have our habits and then our habits have us. Your nervous system learns that to be useful, quiet or perfect equals being safe. But here's the thing, the identity we created to survive will never be the one that allows us to thrive. There comes a moment when the old identity, the one made of duty and performance, begins to feel too small, too tight, and too much like somebody else. That's the edge of transformation. When we start to ask, who am I beneath the expectations? Who am I when I'm not performing or proving myself? It's a great question to ask ourselves. When I coach people in the Dream Catchers and Cultivators group, this week we talked about means goals and ends goals. And the new group, the Elevator group, which is going to be once a week, and it's for anybody who wants to start rising up in your life. We are going to be looking at means goals and ends goals, getting into it deeper, because some of the things that we need in our life, apart from having the right kind of identity, is also having the right purposeful actions. So they go hand in hand. So when we start to realize that we are perhaps chasing the things that aren't for us anymore, we then have to start thinking, well, I thought I wanted to get more money. I thought I wanted a promotion. I thought I wanted a new relationship. But they are valid, but they're just surface things. The end goal is a feeling. It's freedom, peace, joy, fulfillment, safety, connection. It's vibrancy. It's life. We often think about achieving the means goals will finally give us that feeling we want, but that's backwards. You can't chase a feeling, you must become it. So that's where identity comes in, and starting to spend some time thinking about what we really want, how it's going to look and how we're going to feel. If you want a new relationship, how is that relationship going to feel? Feel it now. How will your body be? Will you feel safe? Will you feel honoured? Will you feel that there is trust? Will you feel that this is the right place for you? That's what an ends goal is. It's a new job or a new career or how your body's going to be. You know, you might want to change some things about that. Look at how it's going to feel first, and then your means goals will come from there. When we align our ends goals, the means will rearrange themselves, because that's what will happen. It's like the universe saying, oh, now you're clear on who you are and how you want to feel. Let me support that. Not the other way around. We have a go at this, we have a go at that. No, I think that's what I want. Instead of knowing what you want, knowing your end goal, feeling it, seeing it, that is what you're here for. There's also a thing called right action service. And it's one of my favourite phrases at the moment, actually. And the right action is not about doing more, it's about doing from alignment. I'm going to read that again. Right action isn't about doing more, it's about doing from alignment. It's about being in integrity with your inner truth, so every choice, even the small ones, becomes an act of service. And there's more. Right action feels clean. It's coherent. There's no push, no guilt, no pretending, just clarity and quiet power. I love that. I just love quiet power. If you took a moment and just soaked that in, it would feel very victorious in your body. I love that. When you act from that place, you stop asking yourself, am I enough? And start living the answer, I am being enough. It's just a whole new way of being in your body. I love it. Every decision, every movement becomes service, not self-sacrifice, but self-expression. Service to your purpose, service to your peace, service to the part of you that's finally living as you're meant to. So maybe just take a moment here, take a breath in, maybe put your hand on your heart, shut your eyes if you can. If you're driving, don't do that. And then ask yourself, who am I being when I feel most alive? What am I really craving beneath my goals? And here's one more. Where am I still acting out of fear or obligation instead of right action? This awareness is where the transformation begins. And so here's a couple of affirmations for you. You can repeat them after me, silently or out loud. I choose right action. My life is an act of service, not sacrifice. I'm aligned, coherent, and guided. My end goals are feelings, and I can feel them now. I am ready to become who I truly am. Beautiful. Feel the energy anchor in your body. Now, if this message speaks to you, and if you're ready to shift your identity, live with more purpose, power, and activate your passion, come and join me in the Elevator Group. We meet once a week, and it's where all boats rise on the tide. Each week, we're going to look at passion. We're going to release old stories. We're going to cultivate how to find purpose and how to take right action towards that. You're going to be able to have all your end goals light up for you and allow your energy to rise. You can email me at welcome@lizziesinsightscoaching.com, or you can just send a message through here, a PM me on my Facebook, Elizabeth Walter, or Lizzie's Insights Coaching. So just in closing, I wanted to remind you, you don't have to become somebody new. You're simply remembering the version of you that was always there, the one who moves through life as right action, as service, as love and motion. Until next time, you matter and may the story shift for you.